Grandeur of the Seas belongs to Royal Caribbean's Vision Class, a family of 6 ships built in the mid-90s that still hold their own in today's cruise market. This ship carries just under 2,000 passengers at double occupancy, making it one of the more intimate vessels in the Royal Caribbean fleet. That smaller size translates to a warm, approachable atmosphere that families and couples genuinely appreciate. The ship underwent its most recent refurbishment in 2024, keeping the classic Vision Class bones while refreshing the experience for modern cruisers. Built in 1996, Grandeur of the Seas measures 73,817 gross tons and operates with a crew of 760 looking after up to 2,393 guests when the ship sails at full capacity. The vessel spans 12 decks and houses 997 cabins total. Her sister ships include Enchantment of the Seas, Vision of the Seas, Rhapsody of the Seas, and 2 vessels that now sail for other cruise lines. Royal Caribbean describes this ship as perfect for families and couples seeking an intimate cruise experience, and that positioning makes sense when you consider the ship's size relative to the megaships dominating the Caribbean today. The ship's current sailings focus on the Caribbean, with recent positioning showing her en route to Costa Maya in the Gulf of Mexico. Royal Caribbean markets the vessel as your gateway to the ultimate Caribbean adventure, highlighting picturesque ports, iconic coastlines, and the lush islands of the southern Caribbean. The cruise line specifically mentions the crystal-clear waters of St. Maarten and Mexico's aquamarine sinkholes as part of the experience. These itineraries lean heavily on natural beauty and beach-focused destinations rather than private island resorts or urban port cities. What sets Grandeur of the Seas apart in the Royal Caribbean lineup is that blend of unique onboard experiences paired with unbelievable shores. The ship offers enough to keep you entertained at sea without overwhelming you with options, then delivers you to destinations where the real star is what's beyond the gangway. For cruisers who remember when cruise ships were about the journey and the ports rather than water parks and Broadway shows, this vessel strikes a nostalgic chord. For first-timers, it provides a more manageable introduction to cruising than the floating cities that can feel overwhelming. The Vision Class design philosophy emphasized classic cruise ship elegance over theme park thrills. You will not find surf simulators or zip lines here. What you get instead is a ship that feels like a ship, with public spaces designed for conversation and relaxation rather than constant stimulation. The warm atmosphere Royal Caribbean mentions is not marketing speak. Smaller ships naturally foster more interaction between guests and crew, and repeat passengers on Vision Class vessels often mention recognizing faces and forming connections that would be impossible on a ship carrying 5,000 people. Royal Caribbean International operates Grandeur of the Seas, and the cruise line's signature touches appear throughout the vessel even if specific details about restaurants, entertainment venues, and cabin configurations were not available in the provided research. What we know for certain is that this ship carries the Vision Class DNA, which means traditional cruise ship layout with cabins arranged along long corridors, public rooms stacked vertically in the center of the ship, and outdoor deck space that wraps around the superstructure. The 2024 refurbishment brought updates that keep the ship competitive without erasing the character that Vision Class fans appreciate. The passenger capacity figures tell an interesting story. At double occupancy, the ship carries 1,992 guests, but maximum capacity reaches 2,393. That difference represents third and fourth berths in cabins, which means families can book together without needing connecting rooms. The 997 total cabins spread across 12 decks give you a sense of scale. This is not a boutique ship, but it is far from the megaships that can feel like navigating a shopping mall. You can learn the layout in a day or two, and you will not need a map to find your way back to your cabin after dinner. The ship's gross tonnage of 73,817 puts it in the mid-size category by modern standards, though when Grandeur of the Seas launched in 1996, she was considered a substantial vessel. Cruise ships have grown dramatically over the past 3 decades, and what once seemed large now feels refreshingly manageable. That tonnage-to-passenger ratio means more space per guest than you might expect, even when the ship sails full. Public areas do not feel cramped, and you can find quiet corners even on sea days. The crew count of 760 serving up to 2,393 guests works out to roughly one crew member for every 3 passengers at maximum capacity. That ratio is solid for a mainstream cruise line, though luxury vessels offer higher crew-to-guest ratios. What matters more than the numbers is how that crew operates, and Vision-class ships have built reputations for attentive service that feels personal rather than scripted. Smaller ships make it easier for crew members to remember your name and preferences, which elevates the entire experience. The Caribbean Itineraries that Grandeur of the Seas operates showcase destinations where natural beauty takes center stage. The mention of Mexico's aquamarine sinkholes refers to the cenotes that dot the Yucatan Peninsula, freshwater swimming holes formed when limestone bedrock collapses to reveal underground rivers. These geological wonders offer some of the most unique swimming and snorkeling experiences in the Caribbean. The crystal-clear waters of St. Maarten deliver exactly what the description promises, with beaches that rank among the region's finest and snorkeling spots where visibility stretches for dozens of feet. The southern Caribbean islands that Royal Caribbean highlights as part of the Grandeur of the Seas experience include destinations less visited by megaships. Lush islands suggest stops that emphasize rainforest hikes, waterfall excursions, and botanical experiences rather than duty-free shopping and beach clubs. Iconic coastlines point toward dramatic landscapes, possibly including volcanic islands with black sand beaches or rugged cliffs that plunge into turquoise water. These itineraries appeal to cruisers who want their vacation to feel like exploration rather than a series of resort day passes. Picturesque ports often mean smaller harbors where the ship docks close to town centers, allowing you to walk off the vessel and straight into local neighborhoods. That access changes the entire port day experience. Instead of shuttling from a remote cruise terminal to tourist zones, you can explore at your own pace, duck into local cafes, and get a genuine sense of place. The Vision-class size advantage shows up clearly in port. Grandeur of the Seas can access harbors that newer megaships cannot, opening up itineraries that feel more adventurous and less assembly line. Royal Caribbean positions Grandeur of the Seas as one of the best intimate cruise ships for families and couples, and that dual appeal is worth unpacking. Families benefit from the smaller scale because kids can have independence without parents worrying they will get lost in a ship the size of a small city. Couples appreciate the ship because it offers enough to do without the chaos of ships designed primarily for families with young children. The sweet spot this ship occupies is real, though it requires accepting that you will not have every amenity available on Royal Caribbean's newest vessels. The 2024 refurbishment timing is significant. Royal Caribbean invested in updating a nearly 30-year-old ship, which signals confidence that the Vision-class still has a role in the fleet. Refurbishments typically include soft goods like carpeting, upholstery, and bedding, along with updates to dining venues and public spaces. Without specific details about what the 2024 work included, we know that the ship emerged refreshed and ready to compete for bookings against newer vessels. That investment matters because it means you are not sailing on a neglected ship that the cruise line is running into the ground before retirement. The Vision-class design has aged better than some of its contemporaries from other cruise lines. The ships avoided gimmicks and theme park elements that dated quickly, instead focusing on classic cruise ship design that remains appealing decades later. Public rooms feature the kind of architectural details and materials that megaships often skip in favor of cost-effective modern finishes. Wood paneling, brass fixtures, and traditional maritime design elements give Vision-class ships a timeless quality that some cruisers strongly prefer over the contemporary aesthetic of newer vessels. Grandeur of the Seas operates in a competitive segment of the cruise market where value matters as much as amenities. Passengers choosing this ship over newer options are often making a conscious decision to prioritize destination access, intimate atmosphere, and classic cruise experience over the latest bells and whistles. That does not mean the ship feels outdated or lacks modern conveniences, but it does mean your expectations should align with what a refurbished mid-90s vessel can deliver. If you need the newest technology, the most Instagram-worthy spaces, and cutting-edge entertainment, this might not be your ship. If you want a solid cruise experience with excellent itineraries and a manageable atmosphere, Grandeur Grandeur of the Seas delivers. The ship's current position en route to Costa Maya in the Gulf of Mexico shows the vessel actively working Caribbean itineraries. Costa Maya is a purpose-built cruise port on Mexico's Caribbean coast, offering access to Mayan ruins, beach clubs, and the small fishing village of Mahihuel. The port was developed specifically for cruise ships with a terminal complex that includes shops, restaurants, and a beach area. From there, excursions head to archaeological sites like Chacobin or natural attractions like the nearby reefs. The port works well for a ship like Grandeur of the Seas because it can handle multiple vessels while still feeling less congested than megaports like Cozumel. Royal Caribbean International's operation of Grandeur of the Seas means the vessel benefits from the cruise line's extensive infrastructure, including private destinations, shore excursion networks, and loyalty program benefits. While specific details about those programs were not available in the research, the Royal Caribbean name carries weight in the industry. The cruise line's scale allows for competitive pricing and comprehensive support systems that independent operators cannot match. That backing matters when things go wrong, when weather forces itinerary changes, or when you need assistance with special requests. The Vision-class family of 6 ships represents a specific moment in cruise history when vessels were growing larger but had not yet reached the megaship era. These ships bridged the gap between the small classic liners of the 70s and 80s and the massive floating resorts that followed in the 2000s. That transitional positioning gives them unique characteristics. They are large enough to offer variety in dining and entertainment, but small enough to maintain the intimacy and navigability that many cruisers prefer. They can access a wider range of ports than megaships while still providing the amenities that mainstream cruisers expect. Sister ships Enchantment of the Seas, Vision of the Seas, and Rhapsody of the Seas remain in the Royal Caribbean fleet, while Splendor of the Seas and Legend of the Seas now sail as Marella Discovery and Marella Discovery 2 for the UK-based Marella Cruises. That split shows how cruise lines manage aging tonnage. Some vessels get refurbished and remain in service, while others move to different markets or cruise lines where they can continue operating profitably. The fact that Royal Caribbean kept Grandeur of the Seas and invested in her 2024 refurbishment suggests the ship still performs well commercially and maintains guest satisfaction scores that justify continued operation. The Caribbean focus for Grandeur of the Seas makes sense given the ship's size and capabilities. The region offers year-round warm weather, short distances between ports, and a well-established cruise infrastructure. The ship can operate week-long itineraries that hit 4 or 5 ports without spending excessive time at sea, which appeals to first-time cruisers and families who want maximum port time. The Caribbean also offers the variety that keeps repeat cruisers engaged. Eastern Caribbean itineraries emphasize beaches and snorkeling. Western Caribbean adds cultural sites and adventure activities. Southern Caribbean delivers more exotic islands and less developed destinations. Royal Caribbean's marketing emphasis on unique experiences onboard paired with unbelievable shores reflects a strategic positioning. The cruise line acknowledges that this ship cannot compete on sheer size or amenity count with its newest vessels, so the focus shifts to the quality of the overall experience. The onboard experience emphasizes intimacy and personal service rather than overwhelming variety. The shore experience highlights destinations where natural beauty and cultural authenticity matter more than manufactured cruise port attractions. That positioning is honest and smart, appealing to the segment of the market that values those qualities. The ultimate Caribbean adventure that Royal Caribbean promises is subjective, but the ingredients are there. Access to diverse destinations, a ship size that allows flexibility in itinerary planning, and a vessel that has been updated to meet modern expectations while retaining classic cruise ship character. Adventure means different things to different cruisers. For some, it is ziplining through rainforest canopy. For others, it is exploring a colonial town on foot without a tour group. Grandeur of the Seas supports both approaches, offering organized excursions for those who want structure and port access for those who prefer independent exploration. Keeping it real about Grandeur of the Seas means acknowledging what the ship is and what it is not. This is not a new ship, and even with the 2024 refurbishment, you will notice design elements and layout choices that reflect 90s thinking. Cabins may be smaller than what you find on newer ships. Technology may not be as seamlessly integrated. Public spaces may feel more traditional and less Instagram-ready. Those are not necessarily drawbacks if you set your expectations appropriately. Many cruisers actively prefer the Vision class aesthetic and find newer ships too flashy or impersonal. Your mileage will vary depending on what you value in a cruise experience. The lack of specific guest reviews or documented complaints in the research makes it impossible to cite particular issues that passengers have raised. Reviews are overwhelmingly positive for Vision-class ships in general, though no ship is perfect and your experience may vary depending on cabin category and itinerary. Factors like weather, fellow passengers, crew performance on your specific sailing, and your own expectations all influence satisfaction. A ship that one person finds charmingly intimate, another might find cramped. A vessel that some appreciate for its classic design, others might consider dated. Research your specific cabin category carefully and understand what amenities matter most to you before booking. What makes Grandeur of the Seas genuinely different is that combination of Vision-class intimacy with Royal Caribbean's operational expertise and Caribbean itinerary access. The ship occupies a niche that is increasingly rare as cruise lines build larger vessels. If you want a big ship experience with thousands of fellow passengers and every amenity imaginable, Royal Caribbean offers that on other vessels. If you want a small ship expedition experience with fewer than 1,000 passengers, you will need to look at different cruise lines entirely. Grandeur of the Seas sits in the middle, offering enough to satisfy mainstream cruisers while maintaining a manageable scale that fosters connection and ease of navigation. The ship's architecture reflects the design philosophy of its era, with public rooms arranged vertically in the center of the vessel and cabins radiating outward along corridors. That layout is efficient and familiar to anyone who has cruised before. You will not get lost trying to find the main dining room or theater. The flow makes sense, with high-traffic areas easily accessible and quieter spaces tucked away for those seeking refuge from the action. The 12-deck configuration gives you vertical variety, with different deck levels offering different atmospheres and views. Higher decks provide better vistas but more motion in rough seas. Lower decks offer stability but sometimes limited natural light depending on cabin location. The warm atmosphere that Royal Caribbean emphasizes comes partly from design choices and partly from operational philosophy. Smaller ships allow crew members to provide more personalized service because they are not overwhelmed by passenger volume. You are more likely to have the same dining room server throughout your cruise, to see familiar faces among the bar staff, and to develop rapport with crew members in public spaces. That continuity enhances the experience in ways that are hard to quantify but easy to feel. When crew members remember your name and preferences, the ship starts to feel less like a hotel and more like a temporary home. Grandeur of the Seas represents a specific value proposition in the Royal Caribbean lineup. The ship offers access to beautiful Caribbean destinations on a vessel that has been maintained and updated to modern standards, all at pricing that typically comes in below what the cruise line charges for its newest ships. That value equation appeals to experienced cruisers who know what they want and to budget-conscious travelers who want a quality experience without paying premium prices. Understanding what you are getting and what you are trading off makes all the difference in satisfaction. This ship will not wow you with revolutionary features, but it will deliver a solid, enjoyable cruise experience with excellent destination access.